I said modern life is an assault on our gut bacteria. Absolutely. Good heavens. Then, after we knock down the good bacteria down in our gut, what do? Well, we just add a little sugar. Now, everybody's got a sweet tooth, and I'm not talking about a teaspoon of maple syrup in your tea. And that has no effect in the body whatsoever. I'm talking about eating sugar as a food. Yeah, sugar is a food. Who eats sugar as a food? Well, who would eat sugar as a food? Gee, I don't know. Who would eat sugar as a food? Even considering eating sugar as a food certainly sounds funny. I don't know anybody who eats sugar as a food. Do you know anybody who eats sugar as a food? This is eating sugar as a food. It was never meant to be eaten as a food. Okay, it's a flavoring. This is eating sugar. I'm going to eat that. You're eating a chunk. I'm eating a chunk of sugar now. Pick up a Snickers bar. You're eating. I'm going to have a chunk of sugar. Eating sugar as a food. It was never meant to be eaten as a food. Even if you add milk and freeze it, it's still sugar as a food. And if you add fizzy water, it's still sugar as a food. Atrocious amount of sugar in soft drinks. Here's a little 8-ounce can of Coke. These are all in the Smithsonian now. Nobody drinks 8-ounce cans of Cokes. But if you could, 1 teaspoon of sugar has 5 grams. This has 27 grams, so that's 5.5 teaspoons of sugar in a little 8-ounce can of Coke. But since our kids are drinking these 20-ounce Slurpees, 13 teaspoons of sugar in just under a quart bottle of cola drinks. 150 pounds of sugar we eat every year, a piece. This is food porn if you've not seen it. Eating flour products is eating sugar as a food as well. The sugar leaps into your bloodstream when you're eating white flour products, or most flour products. So you knock down your good organisms, you dump a bunch of sugar in there, and you too can create a gut that looks like this. This is the inside of the intestine, and this is Candida albicans yeast clinging to the side of the intestinal wall because the good guy sentinels have been taken out of there. What you've done is create a dysbiosis. Dys means bad, bios is life. So you've created a microbial dysbiosis. So that's the bad news. What can we do to prevent this and correct it? Because it's easily correctable, easily preventable. This was not even a problem 100 years ago, 200 years. Throughout history, it was never a problem, but it is due to our modern diet and lifestyle, what we do. So, a point I'm going to be making again and again during the rest of this talk is this. The food we eat determines the microbes that live in our gut. What you drop down there is going to directly, within minutes to hours, change the bacterial balance shockingly quickly. You eat sugar, you're going to summon up sugar-eating bacteria. And the scientific literature, and you don't have to let your eyes glaze over, I'll just rapidly go through these here, but here's high-fat, high-sugar diets increase the amount of Clostridium and Enterococcus, nasty bugs down there, but feed them a bunch of fat and sugar and they'll respond, absolutely. If you eat a bunch of protein, you're going to wind up activating bacteria that put out these powerful enzymes that trigger inflammation. Eat a bunch of oil. This is the vegetable oils. The fast foods are fried in, or the oils people pour on their salads, decrease beneficial bacteroides. There's not too many of this species that are beneficial, but the good guys, even them, wind up depressed from vegetable oils, not natural foods, and you don't need them. As I said, there's very few good bacteroides. These are the whole family has a reputation of being bad actors in the gut, and I'll show you why. But as you saw earlier, they thrive on protein and fat. So if you are putting meat and dairy-based diets and eggs, meals down there, day after bacon and eggs for breakfast, cheeseburger for lunch, chicken for dinner, pizza, etc. You're putting a steady stream of fat and protein down your gut, and the bacteroides down there are going to say, yay! They'll respond. Not a good thing. Because the fat in the egg yolk and in the meat also gears up the liver to pour bile down into the intestine to help you absorb the fats. Well, Down in the intestine, you have those bacteroides that you've summoned up from day after day of eating this, and when that bile gets down there, they oxidize the bile from your liver, and they turn it into hydrogen sulfide. Nasty stuff. Hydrogen sulfide damages your DNA of the colon cells, and that sets you off for colon cancers. And this mechanism is well established.